start? So my single claim is that the Electoral College deters voters in non-swing states. And I should start by explaining the Electoral College because probably people don't think about it and don't even know what it is really. So 538 votes elect a president, and each state receives 2 votes for each U.S. senator, and the rest is depending on how many U.S. representatives each state has. The more population you have, the more votes you get. So California has 55. They have the 2 senators and 53 representatives, and that's how many we get. That's why we have so many, because our population is huge. Also, Washington, D.C. receives 3 votes, and the president must ensure that he receives 270 votes in order to win the presidency. So that's half of the votes plus 1. So there are 2 systems for casting a vote. Winner take all is the first one, and that's so if the popular vote of the whole state gets all the votes. So in California, we're a Democrat state, it's all going to go to Obama. Even if, Ian doesn't vote for Obama, it's not going to change that because that's how we do it in California, winner take all. The second state is the district system, and that state casts 2 votes to the popular vote, like we would in their state, and then the rest of them go to each district. So if Orange County were to vote for Romney, then Romney would get the vote for Orange County. But you guys understand what I mean? Yeah. So this is actually only used in Nebraska and Maine. And they have a very small electoral college. It would be very difficult in California, even if it's more like a more democratic way of doing it. So let's start with swing states. They receive all the attention, while large states with big populations, such as California and Texas, are in the bag for candidates. So John Causa, chairman of the National Popular Vote Committee, had this to say about swing states. Right now, the candidates spend 98% of their time and money in 15 states. So 2/3 of the states are being completely ignored. This gives the illusion that certain states don't matter, which in turn deters voters because they think that their one vote won't matter or could never change things. Like in California, we're not going to ever go to the Republicans, so Republican voters might think that their vote doesn't really matter. So, however, this is not the case in states like Florida, who cast the winning votes in the 2000 election. Voter turnout in Florida that night could have changed history. Okay. Secondly, So the trend of states being ignored is catching on. One example is that in 2011, Governor Jerry Brown signed into law a bill that would allow California's 55 electoral votes to go towards the national popular vote. So this is if they could get enough votes from other states too, it would pass, so that all of the states in the whole United States would do the popular vote system. So currently 9 states have signed similar bills into law, which puts the total at 132, and they need 270 to pass this new law. So these states are Vermont, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Maryland, Illinois, Washington, Hawaii, the District of Columbia, and as I mentioned, California. So the National Popular Vote Committee is hoping to get this changed by the 2016 elections, thus forcing candidates to work hard for each constituent's vote. So finally, projected voters I want to tell you about the projected voters for the 2012 elections compared to the 2004 and 2008 elections. According to the statistics obtained by the Gallup poll on registered voters who are likely to vote, in 2004, 87% of people claimed that they were likely to vote. In 2008, the number decreased to 85%. Finally, the current polls are showing that only 78% of voters are likely to actually vote in this election. So this number may rise by the time that elections do roll around because, this poll was taken from July to now. And the number may rise as I'm sorry, I just said that. But so this isn't even just the population, this is registered voters who aren't even considering voting, which just seems outrageous to me, because why are you registered to vote if you're not going to vote? And I believe that it's because these states are people in California are deterred from voting because their vote could not matter. Not that it doesn't matter, but that they feel like they could not change it. So, in a country where democracy is king, it's disconcerting to find that states are left out of the campaign process and people are failing to do their civic duties by voting to change the course of elections. If the people who knew that popular vote mattered more and each one of their votes counted, then maybe they would get to the polls on election night instead of watching the new episode of The Voice or going out for a beer with friends.
Can you guys just put those on the file folders on the desk there? Thank you.
Do I have to separate it?
It's okay. Oh, I took it. Just put it on the desk. That's fine. I'll get them later.